The importance of being a stay-at-home mom and wife is so underrated. I can't even begin to discuss it, but I'm going to try to in a short form video. My husband works and he is damn good at providing, but there is nothing that would get done in our family without me. And I think about all the things that I miss when I used to work and all the freedom and going to an office and being a boss babe and all that garbage. And I have learned that nothing runs smoothly without my help here. I think things have changed so drastically in America that without my help, between the poisoning that our children are getting from big food and big pharma and big ag, I'm the only buffer between my children and my husband and those corporations and the diseases that come with it and the neurological issues and the endocrine disruptions. Yes, I do the normal things like I cook and I clean and I do laundry and I take care of my children's needs, but that is literally the smallest fraction of what I do in our household. I have spent months with the money that my husband gives me to allot for herbs and all these remedies, and if I showed you my medicine cabinet, you would freak. But I promise you there is almost nothing I cannot cure if everything shut down from the things that I have in my cabinet. Let's take a look. There's so much more than this, but when I tell you I have every herb, tincture, oil, and this has literally cured my children of almost everything. If my husband calls me and says, I'm feeling sick and I don't know if I can go to work tomorrow, guess what? I have medicine for that. If my toddler is starting to get metal toxicity signs under his eyes and neurologically, guess what? I have a detoxification system for that. I hand mill our own grain and make our own bread. And I didn't do this just so that I had something to do because I'm so bored as a housewife. Before the 1900s, people used to get their bread freshly milled from a baker, or they had to mill it themselves at home by hand. Well, to make it more shelf stable, Big Food started stripping the wheat of every nutrients, like 30 to 50 phytonutrients, vitamin E oil, the B vitamins, fiber. They stripped the bran and the germ away from it to make it shelf stable. There are publications showing that every epidemic disease started around that time because people were actually dying from certain diseases because they took away all the nutrients from our bread. That's when the government stepped in and said, you guys need to put the bran and germ back into it. And then the food industry said, no, we can't do that because we have a lucrative market, aka they're making money, by selling the bran and germ to feed companies for cattle, pigs, all the things. So then they said, okay, you guys got to fortify it. Fortifying empty, void, nutrient void flour, like white flour. They fortified it with so much crap, but still we were void of all the minerals and nutrients. That is why I follow Sue Becker. I listen to podcasts every single day. I figure out how to feed my family the most nutrient-dense foods. I don't have to come home from work and take my kids to the clinic every other month because they have some type of sickness or RSV or congestion. As a stay-at-home mom, I am not just a mom. I am also a chauffeur. I'm a bus driver. I am the teacher. I am the family doctor. And I'm like the spiritual grounding in my home. And I believe that is what God called us to do. Even on days when I sit around and I think, oh my God, I can still do my side hustle. I can still work, and sometimes I still do. But I am always pressed for time because the truth is there's always something else I can do in my family, whether it's developing my child's brain and his neurological things, whether it's detoxing him, whether it's sitting down and teaching him about our culture and the fundamental belief system that me and my husband share. If you think being a housewife is boring or it's void of importance, you're so wrong. I can't even begin to tell you. Our entire family runs smoothly right now because I am blessed enough to rely on a man who provides for us, and then I am allowed to be here, sit in my feminine energy, heal all my chronic illness, all my childhood trauma, all my issues from BS modern day feminism. I heal my children from those generational curses, and everything runs smoothly because just like a car, a stay-at-home wife, she's the engine. She's the one that runs everything. And again, I'm not placing more importance on a wife than I am a husband. Equally, they're supposed to work together in conjunction. When every cog works perfectly in a machine, everything runs smoothly. But baby girl, don't think for a second that you have no importance or value. I'm so tired of hearing people, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home wife. Yeah, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, just a stay-at-home wife. Like just, that word just, as if your role and your purpose in this life isn't so important. The reason our entire nation foundation is crumbling. And the foundation is because we have taken women out of the household. Now, I can get deeper into that with the whole modern day feminism and all that stuff, but you guys already know by looking at my other videos. But nowadays, I guess long form videos are starting to work. And I just thought I would get up here and talk about it. The danger of telling women they are equal to men, that they are the same thing, that men can dress up in dresses and be women. The danger with that is you have greatly degraded the importance and the value of a woman. There's a reason they call women kingmakers. Without us, society fails, it falls, it crumbles. I just wanted to get up here and encourage any woman who thinks that her role as a stay-at-home mom or wife is not important. You've got it so wrong, baby girl. Everything you do it's without us, it's detrimental.